Yes, dear viewers, welcome you once again on today's live show organized by prominent consultant and Ramadan Mubarak to you all. And today we have a live session with one of our Canadian partner university, which is a public university based in Nova Scotia, and the university is Acadia University. Definitely, we have Liam with us for today's live session. We'll talk to him about all the matters of Acadia University. And before going to the main part of this discussion, today's discussion, I would like to tell all of you, if you're watching this live session, please share this live video in your timeline. So people who are interested for Canada, they must be benefited through this video. And if you have any question regarding undergraduate programs of in Acadia University, they have very beautiful programs with such kind of very attractive scholarships and co-op as well. So if you have any queries, so just let us know. Just mention your academic details, your results, and passing year, and of course IELTS score. So we'd be happy to answer your question. So let's welcome Liam from Acadia. Liam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Syed. It's good to see you again.
Yes, same here. And I'd like to welcome you in this live session. And would you please say hello to our viewers and introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you, and I'm happy that you have joined us this evening. My name is Liam Dutton, and I am the manager of international recruitment for Acadia University. I've been blessed to visit your wonderful country and Syed's office, and I look forward to working with you in the future, as well as answering all of your questions tonight. So please don't hesitate to ask.
Exactly. And Liam, actually, on 29th of February, we had a very fantastic global expo in Hotel 4 Points by Sheraton, the Global Education Expo. So I think it was your first trip in Dhaka. So how was the trip so far?
It was amazing, absolutely amazing. The weather was fantastic, the people were amazing, and the students that I got to see, the quality was absolutely fantastic. So I look forward to visiting again.
Exactly. Thank you so much. And how was your experience in Global Expo last we have done?
Oh, it was more than what I expected. The quality of the students, how well it was run, how busy the day was, the opportunities that the students had, to see not just Canadian universities, but all of our partners around the world. And then just how easy it was for everyone involved. I couldn't recommend it more, and I very much look forward to doing it again each year as we go forward.
Yes, exactly. And Liam, I'm a bit sorry because I could not send you the photos of the expo. Definitely, I'll email you all the photos of expo. Okay. Perfect, so Liam, definitely we'll talk. We will talk about all the matters of Acadia, about the university, about location, about the opportunities of Nova Scotia province, and all other matters, entry requirements, course fees, scholarship. But before that, before going to that part, we will have a video of Acadia University campus. So it's a very beautiful, very green campus that Acadia has, and actually we love to study there. Just let's have the video first.
Sure.
As soon as I stepped on campus, I knew Acadia was where I wanted to be. Small class sizes, a close and supportive campus community. I just loved everything about it.
And it's just the best place to look out your window in the morning and say, wow, I go here.
Everybody's here for you. There's so many support systems.
I always had in mind what my perfect university would be. A high-quality school where I could really get involved inside and outside the classroom, with fantastic spirit.
Acadia is and always will be a second home for me.
The most important thing I've gotten from Acadia is the strong relationships with my professors.
Everyone knows everyone. Your professors know you and they care about you.
Being part of varsity athletics at Acadia has really been one of the highlights of my time here. The town is really involved in everything that is going on with athletics. They fill the stands, they fill the courts.
The town of Wolfville is amazing. Everybody is so pleasant and welcoming.
The town has so many great things going on.
from residence life, it's a big family atmosphere.
Our meal hall is great, and they offer a wide variety of cultured food every day.
When I walked on campus, I just knew this was the school for me.
Come on a campus tour. You get to have lunch in meal hall, sit in on a class, meet your professors, and actually get to see what it's like to be an Acadia student.
Yes, grow exceptionally. So that is the motto of this video. So that is the theme of Acadia, that you should grow exceptionally. So Liam, actually we have been doing a lot of live sessions with all of our partner universities, and 2 days back we have done a live session with Karuna ma'am as well from Waterloo. So it was, we are doing all these live sessions because that students, they are quite upset that during the pandemic how it could be and how they are going to get visa, how they will do the classes if they get visa. So most of the students, they are in panic, they are upset, the parents are a bit upset. So we are organizing these live sessions to motivate them, to make them positive about all these matters. So the thing is that we already have discussed in our all live sessions about Canada, why Canada could be a better destination for students for higher studies, because of the English speaking country, multicultural diversity. And then you know that the programs are well recognized internationally, and immigration opportunity, and there are a lot of opportunities in Canada, most safe country definitely, and welcoming and friendly. So all these things we have discussed, and you know that there are 10 provinces in Canada, 3 territories. It's a very big country, the second largest country in the world. So Nova Scotia is one of them, definitely. So could you please tell something about your province, Nova Scotia? Actually, why students can consider Nova Scotia province for their study destination?
Yeah, definitely. So myself personally, I was actually born and raised in England. So I sort of know what it's like to make that decision like an international student would. And my family, we looked at various provinces. We looked at British Columbia. We looked at Ontario. And ultimately, the East Coast of Canada was a much better fit for us because of the lifestyle. It's more family focused, it's more community focused, it's much safer overall. That's a big thing about the East Coast. Nova Scotia is on average one of the warmest provinces in Canada, so the weather is very consistent. It's got some of the lowest cost of living as well. So it was a very affordable place and a very safe place for our family to move to. And also the opportunities that you have in Nova Scotia as someone that's international in terms of immigration, you have access to the AIPP program. So that's the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. You can get your PR within 6 months of graduation. That's incredibly fast compared to the rest of Canada. And then I would say in terms of opportunities, not just as a student, but as a person, you're not competing with as many people. Ontario is a massive province. Quebec, very big province. British Columbia, big province. So there's millions and millions and millions of people there, and then lots of international students as a whole, and you're all competing for the same opportunities, the same jobs, the same immigration opportunities, the same even accommodations. There's massive wait lists. For us, because we're a bit smaller, all of those opportunities are more spread out. So it's very easy for our students to get jobs while they're on campus. It's very easy for them to get jobs once they've graduated. It's very easy for them to be noticed. If you want to stand out as a student, and if you want the comfort and safety of knowing that you're part of a bigger family, then definitely Nova Scotia is absolutely the place to be. Financially, if you're worried about those kinds of costs, our universities are much more affordable. Our cost of living is much lower. We're about 27% cheaper than Toronto. And then you have those opportunities that stay with you afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's all round. It's a good place to be.
And the thing you have said that AIPP, that is Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. So dear viewers, it's a very fantastic option for you if you are finishing your degree from some institution from Nova Scotia or any Atlantic based province. So you can join. You can apply for PR within 6 months, and you can apply for PR under the AIPP program. So it's a very fantastic option. You don't need even any work experience in a Canadian company. So if you have the job letter, from any company or any job offer, definitely immediately after that you can apply for PR, which is a very quick response from the immigration that you can get. So that's the main opportunity of Nova Scotia, and definitely it's not by weather. It's not so cold. It's not so cold. The weather is very consistent. That Liam said already. So weather is very comfortable for all of us, because you know that Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, these provinces are very cold, but minus 40, 50 is their normal temperature. But in Nova Scotia, it won't be like that, like 8 to 10. So far I know that. Winter season it will be something like that. So definitely you can consider Nova Scotia as your study destination, definitely, and Halifax is the capital of Nova Scotia. So Liam, we know that Acadia is not in Halifax. So how far it is from Halifax, and what is your city name?
Sure. So we're located just outside of Halifax in a town called Wolfville. So Wolfville is about 45 minutes to an hour from downtown Halifax. It's the same distance to the international airport, so you can fly into Halifax, and we'll pick you up directly at the airport and drive you right to our campus. It's just one straight highway right from the city to us. The benefits of not being right in the city are the increased safety, obviously, the more affordability. We're a bit more rural, so the cost goes down. But there are buses and public transportation that goes directly into downtown Halifax multiple times a day, right from our campus. So even if you want to go to the bigger shopping areas, maybe you have friends or family that's in the city, it's very accessible. So I always say you get the benefits of both. You know, the comfort and safety of the smaller area, but the close proximity to the larger city center if you need it.
Exactly. So Liam, actually yesterday I had a live session with New Brunswick University of New Brunswick, and they said in their province, in New Brunswick, they found only 120 cases for corona, for COVID-19. And most of them have been now cured. They are okay now. No more cases of COVID-19. So what about Nova Scotia at this moment?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate in Atlantic Canada because our populations are much smaller. We didn't get hit as hard as the rest of the provinces in Canada. Nova Scotia did. We saw a bit more cases than New Brunswick just because our population is much higher. But most of those cases were right in Halifax. In our region of Nova Scotia, so kind of in the western region, we haven't had a case in 5 weeks. So we've had no new cases. And actually, the majority of cases in Nova Scotia have been cured. We only had one new case, I think, yesterday or the day before. So in terms of what that looks like for our incoming students, it's a very positive thing because you don't have those larger numbers that Ontario has or Vancouver or Montreal.
Yes, so the performance of the province is very fantastic. The performance during this pandemic, but unfortunately, people who will be willing to go to Nova Scotia, so I think they need to have some transit in Toronto or Vancouver, right? So they cannot go directly Halifax. Is there any flight from India to Halifax?
It depends on where you fly to. Quite often there's direct flights from Heathrow to Halifax, or if you fly into Newark in the United States, for example, and then Halifax. But typically if you're going from Dhaka, then you'd go to Toronto and then back to us. But it's usually one stop transit. But just coming back to the coronavirus element. We're very fortunate because we are a smaller rural university that we're not going to have the same issues that the larger institutions are having, especially a lot of the schools in Ontario. I know that they've announced that they're going to be online. Our plan right now is to actually be on campus because we're able to do that. Because we're able to have the smaller classes, we're able to have more spread between our campus. Our campus is big and beautiful, like you said. We have 250 acres of green space, so we're able to navigate one-way lanes, and we're working on a plan for it to be able to be on campus, and we feel quite optimistic about our opportunities for that. And a lot of that's because of the low amount of cases that we had in Nova Scotia.
Exactly. So let's talk about Acadia University, because Acadia is one of the most, it's not so new university, it's a very old university. Yeah. It has a long history in education. So would you please tell something about the history of Acadia and about the quality of Acadia and about the primary and basic things of this university?
Absolutely. So Acadia is the 7th oldest university in Canada. We're actually older than Canada itself as a country. So as you said, we have a long history of excellence and of doing things very, very well. Ever since the Canadian rankings have existed, the Maclean's rankings, we've always been ranked in the top 5 for undergraduate education. So a long history and a very consistent history of doing things at a very high quality. In Nova Scotia, we've always been the #1 ranked undergraduate university as well. So we're very proud of our ranking. We're very proud of who we are as an institution because we put a lot of our emphasis into our undergraduate research, our undergraduate teaching, and the opportunities that our undergraduate students get as a whole. We are a primarily undergraduate university, which means most of our focus is on bachelor degrees. So we don't have the wide variety of PhD programs. We don't have a massive amount of master's programs that other bigger schools have because we want to focus on the bachelor and do that to the best of our ability. Our school only has a population of about 3,500 students, which means that we get to spend a lot of one-on-one time with those students and keep those classes as small as possible. So a student can expect an average class size of about 28. Even an engineering student can have a class of 30 students, which is, in Canada, that's an amazing size. It means that they get to know their professors, they get support, they get one-on-one teaching, and that's what you should be paying for, is that quality and that top-level engagement.
Exactly. And Liam, that what dear viewers, what Liam said, that in Canada, actually, we are following the Maclean's ranking. And Maclean's, they have certain ranking criteria, like for undergrad, for postgrad, and comprehensive.
Yeah.
So Acadia has ranked among top 5 in undergrad circumstances. In undergraduate programs, they are on the top 5. So it's a very good achievement by Acadia, and definitely the programs are superb. They have scholarship opportunities and of course co-ops. We'll discuss about all these matters definitely. But Liam, before going to that remaining parts, we will have another video of your campaign.
Sure.
Acadia campaign.
Great.
So let's have the video.
Our students are going out into a world that is going to challenge them to be able to respond to very diverse relationships and diverse situations. The Campaign for Acadia is a way for us to reach out to all of those who support Acadia, who support the values that the university stands for and believe in the educational mission of the institution.
And today, I am so proud to be the chair of our Campaign for Acadia. This campaign will be the most ambitious fundraising initiative in Acadia's storied 180-year history, and I am delighted to be working closely with the campaign cabinet of distinguished Acadia alumni. We are all committed to achieving our $75 million goal with your help. This bold initiative will have a transformative impact on our students and on Acadia. The profound personal growth that happens at Acadia is perhaps more rare and relevant today than ever before. And we all have a part to play in making that special Acadia experience.
And my students learn that it's more than just a textbook. It's more than just the notes on the page that you read. It's about a person. It's about their life experience, what they bring to the table, what you learn from their life experience.
I feel lucky. I feel really fortunate to just be in this environment, in an environment that values knowledge. The thing that fills my cup is seeing my students be successful in their own lives and just knowing I got to play a part in that.
What keeps us going is that every time we design something, we believe that this is the compound that's going to be the final compound. This is going to be the next drug.
I'm not just a person sitting in a classroom. I'm not just a person who's helping clients. I'm now also this person who's helping to shape what kind of practices will be used in the future.
I never thought the professors would be so friendly like this in Canada. I mean, you just ask them any question, even if it's not related to what the professor is teaching, they will still answer.
Acadia has made me a better person all around. It's made me a good global citizen. It's made me aware of my own actions, but it's also made me aware that I have a responsibility and I have the ability to make changes to make the world a better place.
Our campaign is really going to help the university keep that alive and to make sure that future generations will have that kind of an education.
Every gift will matter to our campaign for Acadia, and everyone can make a difference by participating. Together, we'll strengthen the Acadia of today and build the Acadia of the future, supporting the aspirations of our students, of our faculty, so that they can continue to thrive. So please join me. Campaign for Acadia. Thank you.
So we just need to know that you already said that you have students around near more than 3,000 students in your campus. So how many of them are international and from how many countries they're coming actually to studying in Acadia?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate to be one of the more diverse universities in Nova Scotia. We have about 18% of our students international, and they're from over 65 countries around the world. It's really important for us to be diverse because we don't just want students from one or two areas. We want students from all over the globe because you're bringing your own experiences, your own understanding, your own cultures, your own backgrounds. You're bringing that to our campus, and that's something that we celebrate. And as you saw in that video there, we had students from a wide variety of places, and it doesn't matter where you're from or what your background is. If you're at Acadia, you're part of the family, and you're going to be treated that way. And it's nice knowing that you're going to have somewhere where you belong and you're not looked at differently.
Exactly. So now let's talk about your programs, your courses that you are offering in undergrad level. So would you please explain all the majors, what kind of majors you're offering in your undergrad level, and how many, and what about your co-op opportunities on those courses?
Sure.
Okay, please.
Yeah, definitely. So Acadia has three faculties, the Faculty of Arts, the Faculty of Science, and the Faculty of Professional Studies. Within the Faculty of Arts, there's a variety of courses, everything from different languages, sociology, psychology, politics, but probably the most popular one within the arts would be our economics program, as well as our environmental sustainability studies. So fantastic programs within those areas. Within the sciences, we have your general areas that a lot of schools have: chemistry, biology, physics, environmental science, psychology again. We do offer economics within the sciences now as well, but very popular courses within that would also be computer science as well as engineering. So those are two very important areas. And then within the Faculty of Professional Studies, we have things like education, music, kinesiology, and business. Business probably being the more popular one there. Within all of these programs, there's a lot of what I call depth. There's more than just the title of the program. For example, if you want to do politics, you can also do things like international relations and legal studies, pre-law. The same thing goes for business. There's accounting, marketing, finance, entrepreneurship, computer science. We have game development, app design, virtual reality. So there's the program title, but then there's also a lot of options within those. And then almost every single one of our programs does offer co-op as well. There's, I think, only about 3 or 4 programs that don't offer co-op, but all of the major ones that your students are interested in will have co-op options there for them. So there's a wide variety of different areas they can study in, and something that's relatively unique about Acadia and due to our size is the flexibility that we offer students. So we offer what's called a liberal arts style of education, which means that students can pair up their programs, they can explore different options within them. So if a student wanted to do something like computer science and biology, or business and German, they're able to put those degrees together to do double majors, double minors, create a program that's unique to their own interests.
Okay. So just I need to know about something about your co-op, that you have said that you have co-op options in your bachelor program.
Yep.
So far we know that bachelor courses are 4 years, right? So
yes.
Duration of bachelor course is 4 years. So it's about 12 terms, yeah. Each year 3 terms. So how the co-op is maintaining? How many terms you have co-op and how it is maintaining?
Yeah, so Acadia is very fortunate to have one of the top ranked co-op programs in Canada. We actually have the same certification as Waterloo. So that's a CAFKE Gold certification. And that's something we're very proud of because Waterloo invented co-op. And for us to be doing co-op at the same level as Waterloo is very impressive for a small school. We're actually very fortunate as well that our academic departments have put a lot of effort into allowing students to still maintain a 4-year bachelor degree and complete co-op. So we're one of the few schools in Canada, actually maybe even one of the only schools that allows students to complete a co-op program as well as complete their degree in 4 years. So it doesn't extend their programs any longer. And the way that it typically works is it alternates between school and work placements. Our students don't start co-op until 2nd year because we want them to become familiar with Canada. We want them to get settled and get to know their academic programs. And then in their 2nd year, they'll do all of the professional development, the resume building, the interview preparation to go into that co-op program. So our students actually get academic credit for their co-op terms. Most students will do 3 with an optional 4th co-op term. So it's based on what their own interests are, where they want to do it, what program they're taking.
So 3 terms are compulsory. Co-op.
Yes. Yeah.
Compulsory. So I mean, it's for all program. I mean, you have told me that except 3 courses, all other programs you have. So Liam, do you have engineering, a Bachelor of Engineering?
We do. So our engineering program is a little bit different in Nova Scotia. Engineering in Nova Scotia is the only place in Canada where it's a provincially regulated program. And what that means is that all students within our province will end up at one singular engineering school. So regardless of where you start, whether it's Acadia, Dalhousie, St. Francis Xavier, all students will end up doing their 3rd and 4th year technically at Dalhousie. The original school was called TUNS, the Technical University of Nova Scotia, and Dalhousie absorbed them in about 1997, I believe. So even students that start at Dalhousie will do 2 years there and then go to the Technical University of Nova Scotia, Acadia 2 years, and then Technical University of Nova Scotia. Basically, the way to look at it is there's one school where everyone does their specializations. It's not necessarily a transfer program. It's pretty much a direct placement. It's a competitive program in terms of the specializations. So if you want to do chemical engineering, for example, you'll need a 3.0 GPA. But there's nothing additional that the students have to do. Acadia handles all of it for you. The easiest way to look at it is that you're doing 2 years on your campus here and then 2 years on a second campus here. We're just kind of moving you down the road. But the benefits for the engineering students is that they have the smaller class sizes with Acadia first, and then they go to the city afterwards. So it's nice that they kind of get the best of both. And when you're in Halifax, there's more engineering co-op opportunities for them there. So it works out very well. And
one thing that Liam, that as you are saying, that 2 years in Acadia and 2 years in the Technical University of Nova Scotia. So the fees will be same, or the fees will be increased in that technical?
I believe they're relatively the same. Dalhousie and Acadia's fees are quite similar. The benefit of this program, though, and Acadia was one of the first engineering programs in Nova Scotia. When we created this agreement, we made sure that all of the scholarships that students get will transfer as well. So even if you start at Acadia and then finish off at Dalhousie at the Technical University, your scholarship is guaranteed to go with you. So that helps with any fee changes as well.
Okay, and one more thing about co-op, that as you have said that you are like, that you are just maintaining the platform of Waterloo, how they offer co-op.
Yeah.
Yes, Waterloo has the beauty of, and they introduced co-op in Canada, and they have the fantastic co-op opportunities up to six terms maximum.
Yeah.
So Waterloo itself, city of Silicon Valley, we say that it's a very IT city, it is said, but their opportunities are more, companies are more. So what about Nova Scotia? I mean, where they usually go to do their co-op, in Halifax or some other college?
And honestly, and this is why our program is so highly regarded, the students have endless opportunities to really go wherever they want. We have students doing international placements. We have students staying within a 15-minute drive of our campus. They go to Halifax, they go to Toronto, they go to Seattle. There really is no limit. It really depends on what the student's looking for. We're very fortunate in Nova Scotia to have a lot of multinational companies here. Companies like IBM, for example, they have one of their largest offices here. Research in Motion, BlackBerry, their second largest office outside of Waterloo is in Halifax. So they employ about 6,000 IT grads every year. So there's lots of opportunities for them there. We sit down with the students one-on-one and say, what is your situation? Where would you like to be? Maybe you have family in another city in Canada that you'd like to live with while you do your co-op placement. Maybe you don't have access to a vehicle, so you have to stay on campus. We work with them through all of those questions, and that's why our students have a much higher comfort level, I think. With the bigger schools in Canada, because they have so many students going through their programs, a lot of the times they'll use a computer matching system where the student has very limited or almost no input onto what their placements will be. With us, the student is in complete control the entire time. So the students are very successful with it in that. And then that's why upon graduation, we have a 97% employment rate within 3 months of graduation from the co-op program.
Great, yeah. Great. So Liam, now we need to talk about your tuition fee structure.
Sure.
Tuition fees and scholarship opportunity. We know that you have a very good scholarship scheme for students, international students. Would you please explain this matter?
Yeah, so all of our programs have the same tuition cost, and that currently is 17,884 Canadian dollars per year. So that actually makes us the most affordable top 5 school in Canada. So for all of the highest ranked schools in the country, Acadia is the most affordable. It doesn't matter if you're doing engineering or if you're doing history. It will be about $17,884 for tuition. Your total cost for the year for everything included, living, meals, lodging, fees, would be about 30,000 Canadian dollars all total. Now, to help with those costs, as you said, we do have a very generous scholarship program. So each year we offer about $4.5 million in scholarships. It's an automatic process for our students. So as soon as you apply, we'll look at you for both admission as well as the scholarship consideration. We will convert your HSC results to a Canadian average. So we're looking for about an 80% Canadian average. And anywhere from 80 to 100%, your scholarship range will go up from $2,000 to $65,000. Within that range of money, we also look at your extracurriculars. So if you have a student that does Model UN, Sports Day, Community Service, Duke of Edinburgh, is a high achiever, has done a lot of awards and things like that, then that will help increase their scholarship awards. All scholarships are guaranteed as well, and they're still 4-year renewable. So if you maintain your grades at Acadia, each year you'll continue to get your scholarship to reduce your tuition.
Exactly. And the one more thing that suppose in our country, in Bangladesh, so people are, if they get 5 out of 5 in their class 12 GPA, so do you think that it's 100% in Canadian equivalency system, or it could be lower?
Yeah, 5 out of 5 would essentially equal 100% on the Canadian equivalent. Yeah, so we look basically from like a 3.3 GPA all the way up to a 5. That would be that 80% to the 100%. So if you have students with a 4.5 or higher, those would be getting some of our bigger awards.
Okay. And if they get actually 65,000 Canadian dollar scholarship, then course fee is almost free. So far I can see, because it's only 72,000 Canadian dollar, the course fee, tuition fee. So if they get 65,000 Canadian dollars, so course is almost free. The whole course.
Exactly. And then you have things like part-time work and co-op that will help reduce the rest of the funds. So it's very accessible and it's very affordable.
Exactly. And how is the average payment for co-op per hour in Nova Scotia?
Yeah, so the absolute minimum our co-op students are allowed to be paid is $16 per hour. And that's a rule for our co-op departments, and that's why we have such a high accreditation, is because we only accept the highest paying positions. We want our students to get the best positions available.
So I can see that at least per term, per semester, if they work for 4 months, so it's coming around 10,000 Canadian dollar per mostly.
Yeah, and I would say that would be on the lower end of the averages. If you look at our computer science students, if you look at our accountancy students, they're getting much higher paid positions as well. Our math students that are doing actuarial science, they're getting very high paying positions too. In the past, we've had computer science students accept $100,000 co-op positions. They've had to delay their program because the business is saying, no, don't go to school, just work for us. We're going to give you a job.
That's the thing. Yes, viewers, it's a very fantastic option. See, আমি একটু আপনাদেরকে বাংলায় বলি. So Liam, just permit me to tell something in Bengali, because to make them more understandable.
Of course.
So dear viewers, one thing আপনাকে মনে রাখতে হবে, সেটি হচ্ছে যে co-op means হচ্ছে cooperative work. It's a paid internship. এটা হচ্ছে একটা paid internship এর মতো। আপনি internship করবেন এবং আপনাকে পেমেন্ট করা হবে। কি রকম? যে আপনি যখন সেকেন্ড ইয়ারে উঠছেন, ফার্স্ট ইয়ারটা আপনাদের সাধারণত প্রাইমারি বা কোর কোর্সগুলো থাকে। সো ফার্স্ট ইয়ার সাধারণত কোঅপটা থাকে না, সেকেন্ড ইয়ার থেকে কোঅপটা স্টার্ট হয়। ফর এক্সাম্পল, ইন সেকেন্ড ইয়ার, থার্ড ইয়ার, ফোর্থ ইয়ার, you have almost 9 semesters, right? Fall, winter, summer and fall. Okay, everything, and last 3 years you have also that kind of semester. So যেটা সুবিধা হচ্ছে যে এই 3 বছরে কিন্তু আপনি মিনিমাম 3টা কোঅপ করতে পারছেন। 3 কোঅপ you can easily do. That is compulsory, you have to do. And আপনি এই কোঅপটা কিন্তু করছেন সামারে, বা আপনি একটা সেমিস্টার অফ দিয়ে কিন্তু আপনি ফুল টাইম জবটা করছেন। ইটস নট এ অড জব, এটা কিন্তু অড জব না, এবং এটি হচ্ছে একটা ফুল টাইম জব ইন সাম কোম্পানি, ইন সাম রিলেভেন্ট কোম্পানি দ্যাট ইউ আর স্টাডিং। যেমন আপনি যদি কম্পিউটার সায়েন্সে পড়ে থাকেন, আপনি তাহলে অবশ্যই কোনো সফটওয়্যার ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে বা কোনো আইটি ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে আপনি কোঅপটা করছেন। সেটা হ্যালিফ্যাক্সে হতে পারে, সেটা আপনার টরন্টোতে হতে পারে, সেটা ভ্যাঙ্কুভারে হতে পারে, বেসড অন দ্য কোম্পানি রিক্রুটমেন্ট। সো it's a very fantastic option এবং আপনি দেখেন যদি আপনি per hour $16 করে আপনি পান, this is the minimum wages, so it's coming around 2,500 Canadian dollar per semester. So দেখেন আপনি 3টা সেমিস্টার আপনি কাজ করছেন, it's coming 30,000 to 35,000 Canadian dollar. এখন আপনি ক্যালকুলেট করেন Acadia tuition fees only 18,000 if I compare 17,800, so it means nearly 18,000. So 18,000 multiply with 4, it's coming 72,000. And now you are earning from co-op 35,000. So your 50% tuition fees has been recovered from co-op. Okay, now you come to the rest 35 that you need to pay. Now if you get scholarship, suppose if you have good percentage and if you give minimum 4,000 to 5,000, I'm not saying that you will be getting 10,000 per year, I'm not getting, but if you get at least $4,000 to $5,000 salary, I mean scholarship, then if you get 5,000, it's coming multiplied by 4, that in 20,000. So 35 plus 20, how much it's coming? কত আসছে 55. তাহলে আপনাকে পে করতে হচ্ছে মাত্র 18,000 or 7,000, মানে এক বছর, মানে 1 year fees you have to pay just, which is I think cheaper than Bangladesh also, if I say, because of the ranking and all these things. And if you think properly, I would say that if you think properly and if you calculate your costing and your achievement, if you compare with that all these things, if you get co-op, if you get scholarship, definitely you are finishing your bachelor degree within a very short budget. Even you cannot imagine how short and how few it is. So Liam, am I right?
Yes, absolutely. There's
the thing of Acadia, the tuition fee is very low, and upon that you have fantastic co-op options, 3 terms co-op, it's amazing. No, I mean very few universities have their compulsory co-op. Everywhere, most of the cases it's optional, but here it is compulsory. And 3 to 4 terms, even 4 terms, they also have 4 terms. If you can do 4 terms, definitely you are earning more. So and besides that, you have part-time work opportunity during study time. You can work 20 hours. Through that you can also maintain your living expenses. So Liam, definitely fantastic option Acadia has as per the budget. It is very, very budget friendly without any doubt. So now let's talk about the entry requirements. So as you are saying that we have a lot of opportunities in Acadia, so how is the entry requirement? Is it very tough or is it quite flexible in terms of academic?
It's still quite flexible, and actually even more so with COVID, we're much more flexible with the opportunities, because we understand that a lot of examinations were canceled. Students might not have access to their transcripts. So the best thing for students to do is please email your CV to prominentconsultant11@gmail.com. Syed will be able to go through your documents, verify them, and then send them to us directly. And we look at each individual student's application on a case-by-case basis. We understand that you might not have access to do your IELTS exam, so we can potentially give you a conditional offer of admission. You might not have access to official transcripts. As long as Syed can verify them for us, then we'll accept that. So it is a very flexible process. We're looking for a Canadian average of about a 75 to an 80%, which would be about a 3.3 to a 3.5 GPA out of 5, or if you're doing your HSC, then a minimum of a 50%. So it is very straightforward. We're not trying to make students go through all of these hurdles and hoops to just get into the university. It is a very straightforward application process.
Exactly, and so far I know that in your application process there is something that the IELTS score should be posted from the IELTS center itself, like from IDP or from British Council. So in this pandemic situation, definitely you must be accepting the Duolingo test as well, right?
Yes, we are. We'll take a Duolingo test.
Duolingo, what should be the score for your bachelor programs for direct entry?
110.
110. Okay. And one more thing that suppose some students, they don't have any English proficiency test score. So can they apply conditionally and can get conditional
Yes.
offer letter?
Yeah, definitely. So we'll still process their application, and then whenever they're able to send it to us afterwards, that's not a problem.
Okay, okay, that's great. But I have a I just want to tell one about our own application, Liam.
Sure.
So,
Yep.
so I have been replied by the admission team from Acadia that they are saying that you need to submit either Duolingo or IELTS to get the conditional. So is it like that, or we can because if they cannot submit the English proficiency test score, so still they can get the conditional offer?
Yeah, we'll still process the application. We've never really held up an application based on waiting for an English test, so we'll still move it through the system. Depending on the results that the student has, we might say, okay, because their proficiency is much lower, we'll wait for the Duolingo test or otherwise, but for the most part, Michael, our admissions officer, he's very good at working through those individual cases. So the best thing for a student to do is just apply as soon as possible so we can start looking at that application and move it through our process.
Exactly. And one more thing, I think you have another requirement to send the all high school transcript by courier to your address. So is it required now, or they can send the soft copy?
No, as long as they come directly from you, then that is more than okay. As you're our official representative, we'll accept everything that comes from you directly.
Okay, that's a very good option. So Liam, now we need to talk about the application process and of course the accommodation options in your campus, on campus, off campus. How does it cost, and how is the average living expense in your city? Please explain all this matter.
Yep. So in terms of the application process, is a student can apply online. They can apply through your office, and as long as we have their acceptable documentation, so their transcripts and the completed application, it should take us about 3 to 5 business days to get an offer of admission to students. So we're very, very fast. We're still offering scholarships at this point as well for the September intake, so students can absolutely take full advantage of that. In terms of living accommodations, on our campus, we have 11 different styles of dormitories. Students are guaranteed living on campus for all 4 years if they choose to live on campus. But then also within the town itself, there's a wide variety of different apartments and houses that are available as well. Typically what we see with our students is they'll spend 2 years on campus and then 2 years off campus once they've done a good friend group and things like that. When you're living on campus, that comes with the 7-day unlimited dining plan, so a meal plan, and your total cost would be about $9,000 for the living plus the meals. And then when you're living off campus, your food cost will depend on how much you eat. As an individual, my food cost was very low because I did not eat very much. And then the average rent for a 1-bedroom would be about 450 Canadian dollars, which is very, very affordable, especially when you're considering places like Toronto and Vancouver. That could be $1,600 to $2,700, right? It's the living costs in those cities are just unbelievably expensive.
Unbelievable, yes. And so we can see that I mean with the $900 to $1,000 or $800 to $1,000, they can manage themselves very easily, right? So that's easily.
Yes, very easily. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So people, as you know, that from South Asia, the people always they're thinking for the part-time jobs and all these things. Though you have a very fantastic option, because already I have said that if they follow co-op and scholarship scheme, so even I don't think so there should not, I mean, it's not required to focus on the part-time jobs as well. But still people are looking for some part-time jobs. So how is the opportunity?
So we have over 1,100 opportunities on and off campus within the town itself. So there's plenty of opportunities for students. Minimum wage in Nova Scotia was just increased to $12.50 an hour, I believe. So that puts us in one of the highest minimum wages in the country, which we're quite happy with. So that means our international students are able to make a very good living wage, even with part-time work. That would work out to be about, say, $1,000 a month just from part-time work. And that could be with the athletics facility, the bookstore, the on-campus cafes, the clothing stores, whatever it is the students are interested in, chances are we have a very good opportunity for them. And we understand that a lot of our international students do need the part-time work, so we go out of our way to help them find those positions. We have a full international student center where they'll help you locate those different jobs and help you with your applications and your interviews.
Exactly. So definitely they should not worry about the part-time jobs.
No.
Because on campus you have a lot of options, even off campus as well.
Yeah.
So Liam, in overall experience, so I would like to say all our viewers that Acadia is definitely could be a better platform for you, better university for you because of the affordable budgets. And moreover, you have the scholarship opportunity, very fantastic scholarship opportunity, ranges from 2,000 to 65,000. I'm really doubtful that whether you can be eligible for 65. I am not sure, but still you have opportunity to get 30 to 35. Let's see. I mean, if you can try for it, and if with the co-op, as I said, that that you are just spending a very few money for your study in Acadia, and you are getting a world-class degree, and they are in the top rank, top 5, especially in undergrad level, and in terms of Macklin's ranking. And in terms of the weather, in terms of the city, everything is very fantastic because Nova Scotia weather is very comfortable for our South Asian people, not so cold. It's a moderate weather. You won't feel that kind of uncomfortable situation over there. So definitely you can think for Nova Scotia and especially Acadia University. We have done few applications to this university. Those have fantastic background with good IELTS score. Liam also have met them in the fair last year. So this is the thing of Acadia. So Liam, actually we are at the end of the live session. So would you like to share anything, any point you'd like to share? And one more thing, that now people are very upset, very tensed, and very confused about the matter of COVID-19. That how would be your enrollment process due to COVID-19? So is there any specific plan or policy for this pandemic?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, we are very fortunate in Nova Scotia to have a limited number of cases, especially compared to the rest of the country. So as a province, we've done very, very well. The benefits of being at a small world-class school like Acadia is that you're not dealing with all of the issues that you'd find in the bigger city, the spread that comes in bigger cities. We are fortunate to potentially have the opportunity to be fully on campus this fall, and a lot of the larger schools in Canada just aren't able to do that because they have too many students. So for the students that are worried about the process, that are worried about what their future looks like, Acadia is a very good option for you because we're still hopefully going to be able to deliver that true Canadian experience that you're looking for. As I had mentioned, the affordability, the co-op options, the employment options, but then also the PR options as well. You come to Acadia, you get a world-class degree, you're not going to break the bank accounts doing it, but then you're going to have those opportunities afterwards. Nova Scotia's motto is study and stay. We want you to stay here and have opportunities because we celebrate you as an international student and you become part of the family. And then PR potentially turns into citizenship, and all of a sudden, you've got your life set up for you. So for those of you joining us now, I cannot recommend Prominent Consultants enough. Sai has been absolutely wonderful to work with, and the quality of the students, the quality of the support, what you get from him, you'll continue to get from Acadia. And, hopefully 4 years from now, I'll be shaking your hand as you cross the stage for graduation, heading right into a job. And you'll be looking back at this and saying, I'm glad that I listened in on Facebook, and I'm glad I went to Prominence as well as the Global Expo. So thank you so much. And to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us this evening. And I really do hope to hear from you all soon.
Exactly. So finally, I would like to say some important things to our viewers. See, when you are researching the universities in Canada, so you are sometimes you are just looking to the top ranked universities in the world who are from Canada. So you can be looking into University of Toronto, University of Waterloo, McGill, McMaster, University of Alberta. Then there are some universities like Montreal and University of Western Ontario. So there are few top ranked universities. University of British Columbia, Simon Fraser, all these are top ranked universities. Now all universities are not top, that's true, and all students are not top as well, right? So there is a difference. Top universities always for the top class student, because in those universities, even though if you have the perfect score, perfect GPA or perfect percentage, but even though you cannot, your admission is not guaranteed, because they will look into your what have you done in your class beyond your classrooms, what have you done in your extracurricular activities, because there in that those universities are very very competitive, that we know very well. And if you look into the fees structure as well, like in University of Toronto, the fees per year is 64,000 Canadian dollar per year. In Waterloo, it costs around more than 50,000. In other universities, it's not less than 40,000. Most of the cases, they are above 40,000 Canadian dollar. So as I told you that all universities are not top and all students are not top. So we need to also think about our average student, those who have percentage of 75, 70, 65. So you can, in that case, even if you have 40%, 80% or 85 or 90%, so such kind of scholarship you won't get in Waterloo. Definitely you are not getting that kind of scholarship in Waterloo. You will just get a chance, that's it. You will just get a chance, that's it, but you won't be getting any scholarship. So that's the beauty of Acadia. You can think, you just research. It's not like that you have to be in a top university, it's not like that. Acadia is one of the top ranked university, especially for undergrad. You just check with the Maclean's ranking, and you need to think that you need to focus on the learning, because the top ranking university logo will not give you a job. They will give you, the job will be given to you based on your learning capacity, based on your knowledge, what you have learned, what you know, what you can implement, what you can execute, the things. That is the thing you need to know. And if you compare, suppose you are a Bangladeshi students or US students from South Asia, and now if you are going to Canada, first thing you will face the pop up. I mean to mix up with the people over there. It is not so easy. First 2-3 months it will take time to mix up with the people over there. Though Canadian families, Canadian people are very friendly, but still it's the natural thing that you need at least 2 months to mix up with all these people very friendly and very easily. So sometimes if in the classroom there are 100 people, 100 people are studying, 100 people are taking class in the same room, same classroom, so sometimes you won't be able to catch the things. But in Acadia, such kind of mid-level universities, their class size is very low. I mean, like 28 to 30 students per classroom. So what will happen, you will get interaction, you will get close interaction with the professor. So you can, whenever you want, you can ask anytime, as a friend, as a as a student, you can ask your professor at any time and you can know the things perfectly. Okay, so please try to research based on your capacity, your financial ability, and then decide that what you need to do. Okay, don't don't be emotional, don't be excited what your friends are saying, what your relatives are saying. Just do your own research, because life is your, career is your, and nobody is bothering about that except you yourself. So just do the things. Because Liam, actually I am facing such kind of problems when I am taking, okay, Acadia, okay, Regina, okay, fine, these kind of universities, New Brunswick, because in Atlantic province there are very fantastic universities are there. Okay, but people, they are always looking into university, even though they are not capable to go to those universities, even though they are thinking and wasting their time, and end of the day there is no result. Okay, so I'm just I have just told all these things to motivate them. Like, you need to focus on the learning to get the knowledge and to implement perfectly your knowledge to the job industry. So thank you so much, Liam, for your wonderful time. I know you are very busy guy. You are international manager. You are looking after the whole world of Acadia, all over the world recruitment. And thanks for your joining as well in our last education fair. It was really amazing. You had a very good speech on the occasion. So definitely, and as a person, you are also a very good person. So definitely, we'll be in touch with you all the time, and we will work for Acadia all the time. And thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Syed.
Yes, and finally, if you would like to any last word, any motivational thing to students before saying goodbye.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more about what you said about the opportunities for students. Don't just look at the name of the school. You know, that is not your golden ticket. Think about who you are as a student and what opportunities are best for you. In Canada, we always say it's about best fit. You know, what is the best fit for you as a student? Maybe you don't want to be in big classrooms. Maybe you don't want the distractions of all of the cities around you. What you really want is the opportunity to stand out as an individual. And if you look at what our students do, and if you look at the schools our students go to for their graduate programs, our students are getting into University of Toronto, Oxford, MIT, Harvard, Yale, Hong Kong U. They're going to the biggest and best universities in the world for their master's programs because the quality of their undergraduate degree was so good. Their professors knew who they were. They wrote them very good reference letters. They were able to do research. Things that you might not get at the bigger universities with the big names because, as Syed said, the classrooms are so much bigger. You know, you're just a number. So if you want to be more than just a number, if you want to stand out as an individual and set yourself on the path, for success in a career or your postgraduate education, I think Acadia is a very, very good choice for you. And, we'll just walk this path together and see how this ends up. So thank you once again, Syed, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liam. So you just be in the studio. I'll get back to you after closing the live session. So dear viewers, thank you so much for joining this live session. I hope you have enjoyed, and this was a very informative session for Acadia. So anytime if you want anything to know from us, so feel free to contact us. We have our numbers in our Facebook page, our website, so anytime you can see. And this video also will be published in our YouTube channel as well, so you can watch anytime, whenever you want. So thank you so much for joining once again. Good night, stay safe, stay in home, and be positive, and try to research and take the right decision which really fits for you. Thank you so much. Bye.